All right, hi gentlemen. Week 3 is here. I guess the program today is going to be the same, pretty much, as last week. There's a couple little tweaks that I'm going to add, and maybe some extra equipment that you can use. I'll touch on that after we do the warm-up, so that's where we'll start. Just like always, we're going to start ground up, right leg out in front of you, and we're going to do circles to the right for 10, and then to the left for 10. And then switch legs, starting to the left this time, and then to the right. Using the stick to balance all the way up on your heels, all the way up on your toes. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. With the stick out in front of you, we'll do the right leg first. Right leg out to the side, behind you, to the side, in front of you. 4, 5. Same thing with the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to do my right leg first for the rotations of the hip. Rotate to the right, 1, to the left, 1, to the right, 2, to the left, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Switch legs now. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. So stick down, elbows at a 90-degree angle. We're going to reach out, round your back, and then pull back, chest up and out, arch your back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then with driver width stance, A-frame stretch, hand between your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we'll get the shoulders going. Start with hands down at your sides. Pull your shoulders up, back, down, and front. Nine, and this is for 10, and then forwards for 10. 8, 9, 10. Arms out at your side. Small circles going forwards. 3, 4, 5. Medium. 3, 4, 5. And really big. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then back out to your sides in reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Medium. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, really big. 3, 4, and 5. All right, today I'm actually going to use the stick for this one. I'm going to put my hands just outside of hip width, feet are gonna be about hip width. I'm gonna slide this right down my thighs, down my knees. I'm gonna push my hips back, really feel a stretch in my hamstrings all the way down. I'm gonna give a bend to the knees, and then I'm gonna ride it all the way back up, and then up as high as I can go, really extending. So that's 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. And then finally with your red stick, just like always, I'll do it facing all of you. Starting small, I'm trying to make these rotations by firing up kind of the engine here. That's the body. So as I start these swings, kind of keeping the club in front of my chest. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so the small adjustments we're going to make to today. You might not have one of these. This is just an elastic kind of exercise band. This is going to be one thing to do as like an added warm-up feature. And if you don't have one of these, you can kind of skip forwards. If you do, all this is going to help you do is stretch out the backswing. Try to get your hands a little higher and make the backswing just a little bit longer. So I'm going to start this. This is not the most resistant band ever. So I'm going to start it with the band pretty tight. If you want, you can start with a little bit of slack. And the idea here is you're going to put it under your left foot and in your right hand grip. And we're going to try to create a high backswing, trying to make this as tight as you possibly can. Now, if it's too tight to keep going, you can add a little more slack to it. But you want to feel as much rotation and extension of your hands and your arms and your torso. That's how you're going to get some height in your backswing. The second thing that I want you just to pay attention to as we go is the alignment of your feet relative to kind of the imaginary target line that you have. So I'll use this extra club for my toe line, right? The body alignment that we have when we play golf. And I want you just to experiment, maybe before you get going, with some swings with the blue stick. And start with your feet square and do a couple of back swings. Try to find like an end range of motion and notice kind of how big or how long your backswing is. And then try a few with your right foot back. You should be able to get more range of motion, a little longer backswing, which is great for super speed training. But that might restrict the follow through a little bit. So if you notice a decrease in speed, we don't want to do that. Then you could also try opening your stance a little bit. This would increase kind of your range of motion on the through swing, and you might feel some more speed that way. So those are the three options, right? We've got square, closed, and open. Give them a little try, 1 or 2 swings with each, and just feel out which one works the best. So you're just opening and closing your hips, really. We don't want to do like the shoulders and everything with that. We're trying to open up or close the hips to increase some backswing length or to increase some forward swing length and really get this stick moving fast. Once you kind of have that figured out, stick with that for today. You can use a spare club, an alignment rod, anything like that to figure that one out. The second thing that I want you to think about kind of goes back to any sort of fitness, exercise techniques that I'm familiar with, and especially with like weightlifting and yoga. When you're performing an exercise, let's say it's the bench press, right? So I'm holding the bar up in front of me, laying down, about to do the bench press. as you go down, generally you're taking a breath in, and then you're maximizing that expansion of your lungs, expansion of your diaphragm, which builds pressure so that you can force the bar, if it's got a lot of weight on it, off of you, and then you're exhaling at the end of the rep. So if you think about that like a golf swing, as the bar goes down to your chest in a bench press, that's the same as turning into the backswing. So as I bring the bar to my chest, that's the same as, it's going to help you increase your range of motion, ultimately increase some pressure within you that you can use in the golf swing. So what that would look like is you're exhaling after the swing, inhaling on the way back. That's going to help you sort of slow things down, elongate this motion. You should feel like you can get a little higher, even if you lift a little, that's okay. All you're doing here is creating a wider, bigger movement, which you can then use in the downswing. So that's the one thing I want you to absolutely do for the whole session today is an inhale. Slow the backswing down, inhale, and feel some extra maybe width or extension or length. Trying to make this as long as you can. All right, so we're going to do that on every single swing today. The program, like I said, is going to be about the same, but you should really pay attention to your breathing as we go here. So we'll start as we always do, feet driver width. These are going to be just normal swings, starting always from light to heavy. So with the green stick, we're going to go 3 right-handed, and then 3 left-handed. Again, pay attention to your breathing. Obviously, I can't hear you, but you should be able to hear yourself. Do these swings slowly, so it's 1, 2, 3, and then switch to the blue stick. Again, normal stance, right-handed first. Each swing is, as you go back, swing through and exhale, then restart. Count on your breathing and make sure you're doing this correctly. So again, it's 3 with the blue stick to the right. Once you're done with those, pay attention to your breathing. We're going to go 3 to the left with the blue stick. And then once you're done with that, we'll go to the red stick. At this point, maybe pause the video just so that you can kind of finish those, and then we'll get started with the next one, which is going to be back on your knees like last time. Same thing. As we're swinging this back, we're trying to make this arm swing as long as we can. Engage the core. Fill your lungs up as you go back. Nice big deep breath. And then through. Let that air out. That's 1, 2, and then 3 with the green stick. Switch hands. Again, pay attention to the breathing. Go through that on your knees, righty, lefty, with each of the sticks until you're done with the heavy one. Again, maybe pause it now until you're done with the red stick on your knees. And then we're going to do the step drill again. So remember, the step drill, we're going to start, I like to start with my feet in a normal driver stance. My feet are in a normal driver stance. And then I take the step towards my right foot with my left. That way I kind of have an idea of where I'm going to plant that left foot. So I give a little swing forwards with the green stick, and then swing through. Always doing this breathing exercise. So we'll do that right-handed and left-handed with each of the sticks again. We're going to skip we'll skip the back and forth to today. The breathing is what I really want you to focus on. It's not going to work too well with that kind of rapid fire exercise. So we'll finish, once you're done with the red stick, again, maybe give this a quick pause until you're done with the heavy one. And then we're going to finish off 3 individual, nice and slow, 1 at a time reps of just regular stance, as hard and as fast as you can go. Huge deep breath in, and then rip it through. So 3 more with the green stick, nice and hard, huge deep breaths, then let all the air out and restart. We're gonna go one at a time, really make these reps count. And then, like I said last time, if you can, once you're done, grab a driver and a couple of golf balls and hit a few drives to finish the day off. Pay attention again to the breathing if you're able to do this part, and feel that extra length to the backswing, feel the extra speed in the downswing. Use your lungs to your advantage, and I think that's going to help you go a little bit faster.